Oh, we're back. We're back. We got another great episode. It's Rock and Roll Confessional. I'm CW West. Hiding in the background is...
I'm Rita Wild. Hello.
So professional you are.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Just, having some fun laughs ahead of... we're going to tell you about what this episode is about and with who. But, just talking about life and just... We agree on a lot of stuff, just
the things we missed out on being in the radio, the busy world and the busy market.
But we're making up for it now.
That's right. It's fun time. Go ahead, read wild.
Well, this episode is with rock and blues artist Sass Jordan. Sass started her solo career in 1988. Her second album, which was the first release in the United States, featured the hit Make You a Believer. She has just released her 12th album titled Live in New York, 94, and features Taylor Hawkins on drums.
Taylor was Sass's drummer for the 1994 tour, and she talks about him playing with her band and what she felt Taylor was going through leading up to his death. Also, Sass tells us the story about, I'm going to put it in quotes, auditioning for Van Halen, and how grueling touring is, and so much more. She's a great talker. She's a crazy talker.
She's had a lot of fun with Sass. So please sit back and enjoy this episode with Sass Jordan.
All right, view. Okay, gallery. Now I can see Sass's name, so we know it's officially her.
Yes.
Although it could be an intern for all we know.
Jesus, I don't have any.
Oh.
What's wrong with you?
I know, what the fuck over here? Anyways.
Somebody's got to do the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
No swearing allowed, sassy pants.
Oh, Sass, you do whatever you want. Hello, Sass.
Hi, beautiful people. How are ya?
We're good. Well, congratulations on this upcoming album of yours, Sass Jordan Live in New York, 94. That's some good shit on there, girl. That's some really good music.
Oh, thank you, Rita. I really appreciate it, kid. Even though I wish I thought it was a little more recent.
Yeah.
94. Holy, that was last century, kid.
That's true. But you know what? The thing about music is that if it's good, it stands the test of time. It's like I'm listening to this and it's like, oh man, that would have been a great Zeppelin riff there. It's like, okay. And that was a couple of decades before 94. Exactly. So, I mean, and the vocals are just straight on. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Woohoo.
When is this going to be out? Or when can people get it?
Dang. Oh, dang. You know what, kids? You've just stumped the artist. And that is embarrassing. I'm not
Joe's over.
I'm a fan now.
No,
I got to find out. But it's so what? Because you know what? It's confusing to me because there's the CD and the whole thing's coming out on one day. Then we got then the vinyl and then the this and the that and there's singles and there's.
I thought I saw vinyl was coming out not till September. Does
Correct.
that sound?
That's
okay.
True. That's true. But we've been working on the cover and everything. But the CD and the digital download, I guess, thing, that's this month or soon.
May. Okay.
So maybe the best thing. May. Maybe the best thing is that people just go to your website, Sass Jordan.
I think that's a fantastic idea, though.
You can pre-order the autographed version on Sass's website, sassjordan.com. So that's good.
Well, of course, you got to get the autograph.
You have to wait 6 months to get it, but whatever.
Yeah, but no, I think we're doing the autograph. Oh my God, I think we're doing autograph CDs and everything as well. But that's the thing. You see what I mean? Like, there's so many damn balls in the air. I personally like wearing mine, and I have to juggle. You know what I mean? Anyways, yeah, I was never, brilliant at that.
You're just brilliant at singing and performing.
There you go. Thank you.
That's all you need. You can't be brilliant at everything. Come on.
Yeah, but it would be helpful if I was a little better at promotion. You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the band that was on this? Because they had some pretty, and I got to find out who was playing guitar too.
It was Stevie Salas. Stevie Salas and Nick
Uh-huh.
Lashley were the guitar players, and Taylor Hawkins was on drums. That was his. That's what's so wild about it is this. This was his first band. That
Wow.
like his first big gig, and a Tony Reyes on bass, the amazing Tony Reyes. Yeah, it was a really good band. It really, really was, and there was an amazing. I don't know if you can sort of hear it on the recording. This like urgency. It's like. It's really weird, but in hindsight, you can see stuff. You know what I mean? But it was like, something's coming. You know what I mean? And boy, it sure did.
Yeah. Bam.
How did you have this recorded, Sass? Is this just like a fluke?
I have no idea. I just do not remember. I really don't know how, who, what, when, where, why. Again, back to the dumbass singer, songwriter. I was like, that's technical. I wasn't involved in that.
I like that answer.
Was there video? Is there any video that goes with this that you're going to release?
No, there's no video. There's not that I know of. If there was, it would have been fans. And the thing is it was pre-cell phone, if you think about it.
Yeah,
1994. So
wow.
There was a lot of that going on. Yeah, and that wild. So
that's
wild.
So strange to think about that.
I know.
You are such a dynamic singer and performer. When are you going to be back out on the road, or when are you going to do like an official tour again? Or are you?
Well, I'm always doing shows, but they're what we call, one-offs. Touring is not really something I'm super interested in doing right now, unless, something fabulous came up, then I would, so I'm the type of person who's never going to say never. Good. Right. But I basically am doing one-offs. As for this summer, it's one-offs. The last tour that I did was in the Netherlands last summer, and it's a really hard grind, and I like to do the best I possibly can do. So, traveling all day and then, having to do a show and then, wake up and travel all day again the next day, it's intense, and I'm like, I'm a little bit over it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It is grueling. I mean, I've never done it, but it sure looks grueling.
It's ridiculously grueling. It's not glamorous in the slightest. And also, like you're dealing, it's always, you got a new hotel room. You don't know if it's going to be any good or if it's going to be, what's the shower like? I mean, these are like stupid things that you think, but when you're relying on this, what's the food going to be like? Am I going to be sick? Is it going to make me not, like all that kind of shit. It's so like up in the air. You just never know. And unless, of course, you're doing a huge big tour and you got catering every night with the same people and you got, it's different when it's like that. But when it's the way, I've been doing it for the last whenever, while, it's just a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the fucking ass there, babe.
Are you a worrier?
I used to be. I'm not so much anymore. I'm much more of a let's go with the flow kind of vibe because I find that just makes everything easier. I discovered recently that if you just be with what is, I may sound like a new age kind of woohoo, but I don't even give a shit because it's the truth. If you just be with what is, it makes everything so much more bearable. Because like sitting in traffic, for example, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, I'm going to fucking lose my shit. And then you go, wait a minute, shut up. What are you going to do? How are you going to, what are you going to fucking clear this shit? Or are you just going to, what are you going to do? How are you going to be? And then if you just go, bugger it, I'm here. Might as well make the best of it. And then so you listen to some music, you just go off into the clouds, you just start beaming light everywhere, it's way, way easier. It just makes life so much more simple.
You must have
that, ladies and gentlemen, was Reverend Jordan.
Absolutely. You must have had a great time during the pandemic.
I did. I actually did. I know it sounds insane, but I'm telling you, mind you, at the very beginning, because we were on tour, I was on tour with the Bowie celebration. And we were in Seattle, Washington, which happened to be ground zero. Yes. Right. And we were supposed to be doing a show. the next night, and instead we were all packed up and sent home because we were in the middle of the tour, just at the beginning of the tour, to be honest. And we had just done 5 shows. That was it. And it was like, yeah, well, I'll be over, give it a couple of weeks, all yada, yada, all the whole story. And then it was like hitting a wall at 1,000 miles an hour because I had never stopped. Never. I mean, I have been doing this forever and I never had stopped. And I was forced to stop just like the rest of us. All of us were forced to stop. And it was like, whoa, wait a second. Who the fuck are you? What the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? So it gave me the opportunity, especially because it was just the beginning of the summer, which is so beautiful here in Canada. And it gave me the opportunity to sit and think and review and decide and make new choices. And, there was just this peacefulness other than the whack jobbiness of what was going on. But because I live in a sort of like a rural environment, it wasn't as bad. I wasn't in the middle of the city. And so, just get back in touch with nature and who I am, it was the most wonderful kind of reset, understanding, like growth. It was insane. I loved it. By the way, in no way am I trying to undermine how horrific it was it was on a certain level.
Right.
But on other levels, which is where I like to focus, it was, it was magnificent. Magnificent.
And you recorded an album, Bitches Blues, during that time?
Hang on. Did I? Oh, yes, I did. Yes,
Where's the intern to answer your questions?
I think she's looking for one, CW.
Rebel Moon Blues, the one before it came out during that summer. No, it came out the second day I went, no, I'm wrong.
That was 2020.
Out, yeah, on March the 13th, 2020, the day I was flying home from Seattle, the day everything shut down. That's the day it came out. It was actually, again, amazing because nobody had anything to do but listen to music or, watch it. So it was like the most perfect timing. And that was Rebel Moon Blues, but that had been recorded in 2019. So then I recorded Bitches Blues, in 2021 in the same place, this idyllic, phenomenal studio here that I just love. I want to do all my records there. And that was 2021, then came out in 2022, I believe, but you know me in time. No clue.
We're going to trust anything you say is not a fact.
Now that's my boy. That's my boy. Let me rock that motherfucking Taylor rock thing. Yes.
Where is that studio? Is it Toronto or?
No. It's north of Toronto. It's in a place called Singhampton, Ontario. It's just divine. It's divine. It's just got this incredible vibration. The kitchen looks out directly into the recording room. Like there's no division. So people could be like cooking while you're recording and like the smell of dinner is coming. It's just my happy place. I love that stuff. It makes me think. As a child, I used to dream. I would look at these Allman Brothers records and Bonnie Raitt, like Streetlights, and they and like this idea of all recording together, like in a farmhouse out in the country with pigs and chickens and kids and dogs and cats, and people dropping by and having a fucking cocktail and the sun's going down. It was just like that was my ideal dream way of creating music, and this is the closest I've ever come to that. And I'm never going to do it different. I'm going to tell you what.
All right, Sass.
You can ask me about confessing some shit. I wrote it out and everything.
You wrote it all out?
I wrote my confession out because I was like, confession? I got nothing to confess.
Sass.
I think
Sass. This is Rock and Roll Confessional.
That's right.
You have something to confess to all of the listeners.
I know, but here's the thing. It's not very salacious.
It's okay.
It's disturbingly dull.
Well,
that shows another side of you.
But the disturbingly dull side.
we haven't met that Sass yet, so go for it.
Oh, for God's sake, kids. Anyways, okay, let me find it. I'm looking it up, putting on the glasses so I could see it. So, the confession that I have is that it has taken me almost 50 years to realize something about music that is far more important than just what goes into your ears. Actually, it applies to everything, but let's keep it to the context of music. And that is that music carries energy, frequency, and vibration. So if it affects the listener on all levels, not just auditory. And that's why I talk about the impact and influence music has to heal and uplift these days, or, do the opposite. It's the fact that all this time, I never considered how powerful music is on so much more than just the hearing level. It's actually the wildest thing. And I can't believe I was that goddamn dumb that it took me till now. There's my confession.
No, it's very interesting because I have a band that I like, which is actually a kind of a techno dance band called Underworld, and they have a very repetitive bass to them. And as a ADHD person, I hear that, and it is actually, my wife can't stand it, but I hear it, and it's actually so soothing to me. It's like a lawnmower, and you know how that white and dark noise, to me, I can totally like mellow and chill to something like that.
That's what I'm talking about.
And it's because you can feel that in your body and in your mind and your ears. That's
right. So it affects you on the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual level. It is energy, frequency, and vibration. What the intent that is put into the sound by the person that's creating the sound also has a lot to do with how it's received. For example, Bitches Blues, the last record I made, I recorded the frequencies of gold and silver, which have traditionally been used in medicinal ways and also spiritual ways throughout history. Like you'll see Mayan headdress, Egyptian hair, they'll have gold, they'll have, in the actual headdresses. So I recorded the frequencies of it, mixed it into every song. You can't hear it with your ear, but your auric field will pick it up. If it indeed is something that your field can use on a healing level, it will use it. It will actually receive it. If it's not something that you need, your field will ignore it. It's the most fascinating stuff. Music is a healing modality. It truly, truly is. I know it sounds like redundant what we're saying, but on levels that people have never considered before. It like, look at when you put sound into water, what does it do to the water? The water changes. When you put sound, like cymatics, when you have sand on a glass table and you put sound through it, and it starts to create these extraordinary shapes. Mm-hmm. We are all that. We're mostly water. Mm-hmm. So think about that. So the frequencies and the vibrations that are coming through are enormously impactful on us, and that's really where I'm going with music in the future. When I say that, I mean, I'm just going to be completely aware of that fact. I don't mean like, I'm going to be starting doing woo woo, woohoo, woohoo. I'm going to do the music I like to do, but with an awareness of how it can impact the listener.
I love that.
Yeah. That is the most extraordinary thing that I realized, in the past little while, because I'm so into this shit, I can't even stand it. But yeah, because I'm about healing. That's what interests me. Humanity as a whole, that we just need to start, being more whole within ourselves, whatever way you want to do it. Some of us are further along, some of us are not. And those of us who may be further along, we're just lighting the way. Come on, guys, come on this way. Let's do it. Yeah. Anyways, that was my speech.
The higher purpose. I love that.
Yeah.
I do have a question though. How did you record the gold and the silver?
So I have a friend who works in that world, the world of recording frequencies of liquids, solids. Everything has a frequency, energy, and vibration, as Tesla. Everything has frequency. Everything. I mean, we're in an energetic soup. This isn't it. We're in a fucking hologram. Let's get real here. All right. Picard, motherfucker, Picard. You need to watch that, by the way, while you're at it. Wicked. If you're into Star Trek, wicked. Anyways, back to my ADD right here. So yeah, CW, you follow me, brother?
I'm ahead of you.
You're ahead of me.
I already know what you're going to say, and I've heard it, and I've moved on.
I love it.
He's got the HD. That's why.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, so my friend who there's this platform where you can oh my goodness, I don't know. I got to make this short. I got to, hey, let's do the Reader's Digest version here, sister. so they record the frequencies of herbs, plants, medicines, whatever you want. And if you have this little device called Glow Pad and you plug it into your computer, you go to the platform and you download the frequencies of whatever the hell it is you want into your drinking water. Then you drink it. So it's not causing you any physical side effects. You understand? It's not going through your digestive system. It's not going, but it is giving you the actual frequency of whatever that substance may be. Yeah, you can do pot. Anything you want. Anything you want. It. And so he did it for me. I don't know the actual technicalities of it, but everything gives off, frequency, and you can record it.
It'd be interesting to narrow it down just to gold, and here are the two.
So you take the actual gold, and you put it on the thing, whatever the thing is and then you record. That's how you narrow it down.
You don't have to explain it because none of us will understand it anyway.
But
exactly.
But scientifically, it all makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Spiritually, it makes sense. Just on a human level, it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're energetic beings, bro. Yeah.
Sass, can I ask you to tell us a nice bedtime story of you and the Van Halen brothers?
A bedtime story. Well, I did write that out, right?
Yeah, you did?
I did. I wrote the whole damn thing out, and it was amazing how many people read that. I'm not gonna lie, but clearly not you.
No, I've read. I'm egging you on as to can you tell the story, Sass? Let's not get
he
too
forgot
obvious.
it already. Or I did.
P.S. Rita, P.S. So did I.
Yeah,
I forgot. I'd have to read the damn thing. I can't remember.
But
it's on my Sass Facebook page. And where the hell did I put that? I mean, I could read you. Well, okay. What's
you don't have to read it. I'm just saying, can you tell us the story?
I can't think of something short. What's short? Well, it was, it was a while. It was an intense experience because, when I was like 17 or 18, I was going to see Van Halen in arenas. I saw them like 2 or 3 times, I think, and it's just so odd to be this one little ant in a colony of ants, freaking thousands of ants. And then the big ant on the stage, you don't think you'll ever get to that big ant on the stage. Like, how could that possibly happen? How could that happen? I didn't know anybody. I was just some kid in Montreal, Canada, or wherever the fuck it was. I think it was there. But anyways, it's like, how could I possibly ever end up being in the same place? It's very difficult to describe this. But anyways, so the first time it happened, it was actually Al called me on the phone. And this was because of a connection. Their manager at the time, Ray Daniels.
Ray Daniels.
Ray. Yeah. So, he's Canadian. And I don't know, I can't quite remember all the logistics of it, but somehow Ray gave him my number. Again, this was before cell phones. This was, answering machines that you had to push. Oh no, I think it was actually digital at that point. Still,
crank it on the wall down at the local drugstore.
It's just after sending smoke signals. So
right. And they have to send a pony up to your house to get you to bring you back to the drugstore to talk on the phone.
Anyways, yeah. So it was like, he calls. I don't even know why I answered, but I did. I answered, and it was just he never said who he was. he just said, I can't remember what the hell he said. Something about like, can you come up and do some singing on some song? And I'm like, come up where? Turns out I lived like 5-minute drive from Ed at the time, just north of the boulevard in not Sherman Oaks, Studio City. But he was, of course, south of the boulevard because he was Eddie Van Halen. And I was Sass, dumbass Jordan. So yeah. Anyways, and I ended up going up there, and it was just me, Al, Ed, and Ed's guitar tech at the time, Scotty. Can't think of his last name, but I'm sure it's somewhere in the annals of Van Halen lore. And we just hung out, and I could not figure out, because he'd said something about me singing on something. But this, they were looking for a singer. But they never frickin' said that to me. They said they needed some help.
This was after Sammy?
This is after Sammy, exactly.
Okay.
This is after Sammy and pre
David
Gary.
returning. Oh.
No, pre Gary. Gary Sharon. Gary got sucker punched.
Because Gary was managed by Ray Daniels also, I believe.
I believe that could have been, yes, exactly. That's exactly what, as I like to say, music business is mildly political, just mildly on all levels. Yeah. Anyways, I'm really glad everything, I've said this a million times, and I'm going to say it again, which is that I think everything worked out exactly perfectly.
I would love to hear that stuff, though, that you recorded with Van Halen.
We never recorded anything, though, Rita. That's
the thing. No.
We never did. We never, ever did. They gave me a cassette tape of something they'd been working on that and they were like, well, can you sing over this? And I was like, no.
Were you singing new stuff, or were you singing old Van Halen songs?
There was nothing there. It was just like some jammy shit. And I was like, I'm not, can you give me something a little bit more concrete here, brothers?
Were you auditioning or?
No,
or was it just a friendly jam session on somebody you've never met?
It wasn't even a friendly jam session. There was so the pretext that I heard was we need somebody to sing this shit for us because we don't have a singer right now. So can you come up just so we can hear what it sounds like? And that was the pretext. But so I go up there, but we never get around to it. All we do is talk all day long, every day. And I go get their beer and their smokes. And, I was their bum boy.
You were the intern.
I was the intern.
We're back to that.
But the thing is you got to understand, I'm looking at it from this point of view that I'm hanging out with the big ants.
Yeah.
At the time, it was like, to me, it was surreal. It was surreal that Ed was sitting right in front of me playing something. And I'm like, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to get over that. Or it did for me. Then he became a person, which was, a bit disappointing because he was a human. How fucking boring. But at the time, I thought it was boring. At this point, I'm not. I think all humans are actually quite fascinating if you just shut up long enough and listen to them.
And they open up.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm a pro at that shit. I love people's stories. I love to listen. It's hard to believe because all I can do is yak right now. But that's the job right here. This is what's required right here.
Right.
I'd much rather listen to your stories, quite frankly.
Well, we can reconnect later.
Well, we'll have to, kids.
From a person in like music circles and stuff like that, it was more than just a rumor that they were interested in you as far as singing. I can tell you that.
In the end, I found out that because finally one day we were in the studio, the three of us. They were behind the board, and I was on the couch in front. I don't know what the fuck we were talking about something, and all of a sudden I got this really weird feeling. I'm like, wait a second, these guys, they're not actually thinking that they would want. I mean, I couldn't even get it that far in my head. I was like, I could not wrap my head around it. Like a female singer and me of all fucking people. Are these? No, I can't. Who do I think I am? No. But then it came out of my mouth because of that Sagittarius rising. And I look at them and I go, guys, you're not actually thinking of like having a female singer in this band, are you? It came out and they both look at me, their eyes go around, big as sausage. They go like, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, and I go, oh, well, thank God for that, because I think that's the worst fucking idea I've ever heard in my entire life. And then we moved on. Then that night, I talked to Ray on the phone and I said, Ray, I swear to God, I know this sounds like, egotistical or something, but I swear to God, I think they were thinking of like, maybe having a female like me as a singer. And he goes, of course they were, you asshole. But I told him it was the worst fucking idea they ever had. I was like, well, at least you and I are aligned, my son. Anyways, that's what
but the camaraderie that you built with it, that was essential for those guys, especially what they'd been through.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Ed was an odd bird, and I read in an interview like years later with Ed that he said something like, "We were never thinking about having Sass," and I was so offended because it was like, why are you saying that? I didn't make this up. Or maybe it was Sammy who said it. I don't know. Somebody said that. I was just like, mean, because it's not true. I mean, I'm not making. Why the fuck would I make? Well, I know I'd make it up, but I wouldn't. That's not my nature.
You wouldn't repeat it. Yeah.
I would have been embarrassed because I would have figured somebody would have found out the truth. You know what I mean? So I'm not big on the lying shit.
That would have been, I still think would have been a great collaboration.
It would have been really interesting, but it didn't happen. And so there you have it, my darlings. It didn't.
Another thing that you did that was really cool was, and it was a wonderful play. I didn't see you in it, but Love Janice.
Oh, Love Janice.
Oh my God. How many years did you do that?
I did it. It was a year-long 5 months.
Yeah.
It was 5 months and it felt like 8 years.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it was a strange.
It was so, oh my God, it was so hard. I've never done anything that hard, and I will never do anything that hard again.
Oh.
Mind you, I got to meet the voice teacher who I've never had a voice teacher before that in my life. And in Don Lawrence, the incredible Don Lawrence in New York, and who really was a game changer for me vocally. It really, because he showed me how to, take care of my voice, which is a muscle. Voices are muscles. So you need to, work out. You need to work them out. Like that's all. People know that way more now. But I mean, in my life, the first time I ever went to a voice teacher when I was young, they said to me, if you continue singing the way you sing, you won't have a voice in a year. And I was like, well, fuck you. I'm the horse you rode in on because I'm a fucking singing bro. Anyway, and I knew that wasn't my type of teacher, you know what I mean? So then I eschewed them all. I was like, they're all bullshit because, Haughty McFly, like I know everything, right? But no. So yeah, anyways, I was like, they all suck. They don't even know what rock music, fuck them. And then I ended up losing my voice constantly. It was horrific. Horrific, especially because I was getting paid to use the damn thing. And so then, this Love Janice thing came along, and I had I was like, I got to find a voice teacher. Anyways, this friend of mine, this photographer, Demo Safari, he said, okay, I got a guy in New York, and he's super hard to get in to see, and he won't take anyone on if they're not in a show, like a Broadway show, or, like a huge recording artist. I was like, well, I'm in a show, so let's go. And he did it. He was amazing. And he worked with Mick Jagger and Bono and Lady Gaga and the whole lot, So he's an amazing, amazing teacher. And that was it was 2001. So you do the math because I can't.
Yeah.
It'd be like 22 years ago.
Thank you. I knew that motherfucker would come up with it. Why?
Yep.
Let's talk about Taylor Hawkins. You had Taylor in a band before Alanis Morissette and before.
Oh yeah, I can tell you that story.
We'd love to hear that.
Okay, so the story is the truth. So what happened was I did that tour, of which this record is, a recording from that tour. And we had come to the end of it. I was opening for Steve Perry, and we were in LA at the Pantages Theater. I think that was the last show of the tour. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Anyways, my manager at the time, Lisa, had a friend named Scott, who was also a manager. And he had this artist that he was just starting to work with from Canada, this young woman named Alanis. Nobody had heard of her in the States, none of us, nobody at the time. Like, she was a big star in Canada, but, I didn't live in Canada at that time. And he said to her, look, we're looking for a band for Alanis. Maybe we could, look at Sass's band if you're not, Anyways, they came to the show, that last show. And then I was asked, do you mind if they want Taylor and they want Nikki? And do you mind if Taylor and Nikki... Well, Taylor and Nikki said, do you mind if we go and play with this act, because we're out of a job. And of course I don't mind, they're musicians. Of course you need a freaking job. So that's how it happened. And they joined the band. And then within 5 months, it was the biggest thing in the entire world. It was a good choice, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. When Taylor was one of the most, he was just a great guy. Goofball,
yes, he was.
In a sense, but just, so honest, so
loving.
Open. Yeah.
Loving. A loving person. Yeah.
When he passed away, you said some things about him, and a lot of people were saying, that's, how can you say that? But you knew the guy. And
what did I say that people would have said that about?
Well, that he was just, he was tired, it was like he needed to take a break, and Dave was basically just...
Yeah, I didn't say that though. That's actually
okay.
The other people in that. Are you talking about that Rolling Stone interview?
Yeah, I think that was
something. Yeah. So yeah, and then they retracted all that. So it was the weirdest thing. But I never. If you read what I said, I didn't say anything like that. I did not say anything like that. The fact is, I definitely had the feeling something was wrong. I'm not going to lie about that. There was something off. I felt like he was, yes, he was tired, but he was tired of the whole thing. The constant, it's like you never stop. Remember what I was saying about COVID and like the stopping of it, everything stopped. And it's like a ton of bricks when you stop like that. It just, everything just, you have to, you're like, what's it all about, Alfie? What's the point? What am I doing? Why am I killing myself like this? And I mean, I think he loved it, but I think that it was just so relentless. And sometimes I think what he wanted to do was surf.
Yeah.
Because I said to him, I'm thinking of starting like an artist colony in Mexico. I'm just telling you guys this. I know this is on your podcast, but this is what happened. And why can't I say what happened? You know what I mean? And I don't think this is harmful in any way to anybody. It's just what he said. I said, I'm thinking of starting an artist colony in Mexico. I was just dreaming because we would do that with each other. And I think you and the fam should come, and we should just fucking hang out on the beach, jam. You guys can surf, And he goes, you know what? That sounds like paradise to me. I'm in. And I mean, it's just two people talk, like,
yeah,
whatever, But in hindsight, it's extremely poignant to me. And I think that most people who are just go all the time, eventually something's going to happen that's going to make them have to, look at what am I running from?
Yeah.
Because when you don't stop running, you're fucking running from something, and it's usually yourself. So not my fucking profound, Jordan. Yes, here we go again. But that's so I think that was a big part of it, It was a big part of it.
I'm glad also that you stated for the fact that you didn't say those things in Rolling Stone.
No, I did not.
Well, even during COVID, I mean, the Foo Fighters were busy.
Correct.
They didn't slow down. I mean, they did a movie and
That's right.
record, and then even I think they were one of the first bands that played at that let's stop COVID concert at SoFi Stadium.
Yeah, exactly. It just it was nonstop.
Yeah,
and I mean, and some people are suited for that. Others aren't. Some people are suited for a certain amount of time and then not. You know what I mean? But you think about the kind of pressure that would put you under if you were part of something like that and you were feeling like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I'm not saying this is what happened. I'm saying imagine that and you're thinking, I can't do this anymore. Look at all the people I'm going to affect. Can you imagine that kind of pressure?
And the guilt you put on yourself?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that's what happened because I wasn't there and I wasn't in his head and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's what it looks like from the outside.
Well, is he drumming on this whole entire?
It's all
him. Okay.
It was our band. That was the band. You know what, guys? There is video. There is video from that tour, but not that exact concert.
I found it. It's from like
Netherlands
or something.
He's in the video pissing down, but it's like you don't see a lot of them.
There's also a great piece in that video where he's just drumming and his hair is all in front of his face. And then you just see through the hair, you see those white teeth and you can tell it's like Taylor because that's all it is through the hair. It's the white teeth.
Yeah. He was one of the most beautiful people you'd ever meet. Did you guys ever meet him?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I did. He was
a lovely human being.
Yeah.
A lovely human being. And he never, ever forgot, that what he called his first. There's a YouTube video when I'm singing with them in 2015. And if you just Google, if you just YouTube Foo Fighters, Sass Jordan, it comes up. And Taylor tells the story, and he tells the story of how we met.
And what did Dave say about you?
He said, if there was no
Sass Jordan, there would have never been the Foo Fighters.
There you go. Yeah. Something
to that effect. We'll put that on our website, on our show notes, because we found that video.
He goes, all awesome. Roads lead to the Foo Fighters.
It's at that time of the show.
Time for the bonus round, Sass. Yeah. Now come the crazy fun questions.
The first concert.
David Bowie.
Ooh.
Oh shit! Somebody told me something else. David Bowie. Oh, for God's sake! Diamond Dogs.
Oh my God!
David Bowie, Diamond Dogs. That's how old I am. I'm not gonna lie. David Bowie, Diamond Dogs. I think it was the Edgar Winter Group opening.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I was 14, something like
that.
That's a
great tour to see.
Oh man, I can't believe I saw that. Yeah, and I already knew that was what I wanted to do at the time.
Who would you like to play with that you've never played with?
Do you mean like in a band with, or on
the playground? Whatever, it's up to you.
In the sandbox.
Yeah, in the sandbox. Oh goodness gracious! There's so many.
You can name more than one.
Oh yeah, I love the Wood Brothers. I don't know if you've heard of them. The Wood Brothers are killer. Oh God. Oh, talk about Stump the Artist. We start with Stump the Artist and we end with Stump the Artist. Let's see. Taj Mahal. I love Eric Clapton. I love Ry Cooder. Oh, I don't like saying this because there's billions I'm missing. Literally billions. When you say a couple, it's like you've left out a million.
Yeah. It's just like looking at the sky at night,
it's like I want that star. No, you don't.
And then there's like galaxies beyond that you can't even see.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Thank you. So it's really hard. It's so hard to say that. Like I just everybody. I want to play with people who I like, who are great people. At this point, that's more important to me, even than the music. It's like, I want to be around great people, You know,
Well, here
I'm
we
on the
are.
back nine of life. I'm on the back nine, kids. And I'm like, fuck it. I don't have the time to waste with stuck up, pretentious assholes. I just don't have the time. I ain't got the time. I ain't got the money. And you can't pay me enough motherfucking money to hang out with these twats. I'm over it. I just care about people that love life, that love people, that want to enjoy themselves, that want to celebrate, that want to heal, you know? Because, I mean, nobody's great all the time, certainly not me. But you know what I mean? I just want to be around people that care about other people. Community and connection. That's what I say.
What would you say to your 19-year-old self?
Fuck off.
That's to the point.
That's all I can think of. I'm teasing, of course.
That's funny.
What are you smoking, girl? I would say, you know, if I were you, sister, I'd start ignoring the boys a little more. Don't get so caught up in the dudes. Fuck them. And get on with your own shit. And it's all gonna be great. Now, you know, that's so cliche. But then again, what isn't?
That's true.
What isn't when you're talking to your younger self? I say, come over here, I'll give you a hug. And
There
then
you go.
you're still gonna have to figure it out yourself.
That's all you're getting is
true.
a hug.
That's true. But
That's all
hey,
you're getting.
yeah, that's good.
What band do you regret never seeing live?
Hang on. Hold her, Newt. She's starting to buck. I can't think of. Zeppelin.
Oh, that would have been
But
awesome.
you know, I would it. I don't know. Would it have been Jethro Tull?
They're playing this summer.
I know. And by the way, the new record, Wicked. I know it's hard. It's like they're so great.
I haven't heard it.
Yeah,
That guy's so great. I mean, Ian Anderson. Oh wow. Well, check it out. Oh gosh, dear me. Wow. Little Feat with Lowell George.
Ooh.
Huge for me. Big.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. I mean, again, I'd have to really think about it. I'd have to think about it more. And that's off the top of my head. And it's not, I don't know if I won the competition there.
Well, you're close, but you know.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. There are no rules in this game.
Right. 4 prizes.
Yeah.
No door prizes.
Dang. You used
Just
to
don't
get
let it
them,
hit you
not
on the
see
way
that,
out.
No, I think that we should do one of these, and I ask you guys these questions because I mean, I know you have stories like coming out your ass for sure. Because you know, it's not like you've never done. You know, it's not like you weren't involved in this crap.
they're all shit
years.
Stories.
Yeah.
No, they're not. Anyways, it'd be fascinating. I know they would. And you're a gal. Also, no offense, CW, but Rita's a girl, and like, so we had a whole different side of affairs, right here.
I was going to say it would be interesting to have you two talk about the male-dominated business, at least in the 80s when Rita and I started. Well, you started a little earlier, but when we started at KLOS, it was in the early 80s. And I know, Sass, you had a hard time in the 80s, and Reitz...
No, more in the 90s, to be honest.
Oh, really? Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
The 80s, I was, you know, too happy-go-lucky. I wasn't that involved in it yet. You know,
you were with the pinups.
Well, that was my band. Me and
right?
Hazen and McNally. It was our band, but it's not the same pin. Okay,
there's too many pinups because I started looking.
We sold them the fucking name.
There's one from China, and there's one from Canada, and there's one from England, and I started researching all this, and I'm like, I got this video, and I'm like, I don't think Sass is in this video.
No, it's not. There's no video of us. No, we created that band. We started that band. I think it was 1978. They didn't have a bass player. I said, I'll play the bass. I had to learn. I learned to play the songs, in 3 weeks. And we started playing. And because I wasn't the lead, I was a co-lead singer and bass player. And I said, let's call it Pinups because it was one of my favorite Bowie records. So let's call it Pinup. And that's where I got the name. And then there was this all girl band, I think out of LA. And they were, trying to copyright the name, discovered it was ours in Canada and they couldn't get, so then we were like, well, fucking pay us $2,500 and we'll give it to you because we don't want it no more. Anyways, but we was first.
Sass, you are, and you always have been, just a pleasure to be around and to listen to. And you're just, the talent has always been there. It's still there. And I hope that you get, a lot of acclaim and notoriety for what you do and just enjoy it.
Oh, thank you, Rita. I think I already do. I definitely enjoy it because I don't really care that much in the sense of I'm so not interested in, I don't give a shit about being a rock star at all. And I am definitely one of the I didn't realize this, but sort of one of the pioneers. No, there's definitely many before me, but each era has the next step of it, and so when I was playing bass in the pinups, people would be like, God, is her amp on, or who's actually playing the bass? Stuff like that. I mean, now it's laughable. It was kind of laughable back then too, not gonna lie, but nobody could believe that was possibly happening. And I have a lot to say on that. That's a whole other, podcast that we could do. But, and I don't hate anybody, and I'm not mad at I'm not mad at men. It's just the way it was. And, we navigated, Rita, you and I, we navigated our way through it. And here we are today. And I'm fucking glad I'm not some huge goddamn world famous I'm relieved. It's such a chore. It's a chore being famous, pain in the ass. But I mean, I love people and I love my fans and I do. It's just that I was super famous for a second. Not gonna lie, because I did this TV show. What was it called? Canadian Idol.
For several years.
Oh my God! Well, it was 6 years, and for 6 years, everywhere I went in Canada, and even if I went somewhere off of Canada, like on an island, if there was a Canadian, they'd be like, Jordan, because my speaking voice became more familiar. Do you know what I mean? So I know what it's like to be walking down the street and see your fat fucking mug on the side of a bus going by. And it's surreal. It's like, whoa, I don't even know who that person is. It looks like some big, huge star, baby. It's a star. It's not you. It's just an image. It's all bollocks, is all I have to say.
Yeah. It's all different realities.
It's all different realities. But what matters to me is, like I said, what really matters to me is community, is connection, is getting to talk and to uplift and to sing and to dance and to have fun and laugh.
You sound very grateful and very blessed.
I am. I love you guys for letting me babble on. And I shall finally let you go.
Well, we're finally letting you go. So thank you for all the extra time. We really, really enjoyed this time, and we'll be putting it up soon. And great to reconnect.
Thank you for having me, you guys. All right. Rita, if we want to do one of the chicks only, we should do chicks only.
Fine. Okay, fine. Whatever.
No, CW, we love you. We love you.
CW will be the intern.
I'll be the moderator.
Yeah, you can be the intern.
In case you start fighting or something, I'll have to break the two of you up.
Yeah, because
we won't fight.
Chick fight.
You bitch! Right, I can't believe that. I can't believe you said that, bitch. Bitches.
Love you, babies.
All right. Take care. Thank you again, Sass.
Take care. Ciao. Right. Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
That girl, I said before, she's a little crazy, but gotta love her.
Oh, I know.
She's just a fun effing character.
Yes. Let's live life and is now reflecting back on it like we are.
Yeah.
Hopefully we laugh. And we do laugh. We're good.
We laugh. We laughed at her. We laughed with her. Yeah.
That's right.
Anyway, so Thank you, Sass. That was really fun. It was really great to talk to you and catch up. We had met Sass, oh my God, early 90s, right? On the Mark and Brian show.
Oh, phenomenal singer.
Yeah.
And just a character. I mean, she just
She
has
really
lived life, and she, God love her, because she's just, she's blessed, she's grateful, she knows it, and she just loves to sing.
Yeah. So we also want to thank Gina Iorello and Chris Connor for helping us set up the interview.
You can follow Sass on social media, Instagram at Sass Jordan, or Facebook at Sass Jordan Online. Sass's new album, Live in New York 94, is out digitally right now. You can go to Sass's website at sassjordan.com and pre-order the autographed vinyl, which comes out late summer.
That's right. And check out our show notes on our website. The website is rockandroll confessional.rocks. Yep. That's the right address, ROCKS. There you can find links to some of the subjects talked about in today's show, which includes some cool videos from the 1994 tour with Taylor Hawkins. Also, the great video with Sass playing with the Foo Fighters. That was in 2015, along with some other cool tidbits, videos, and links to order her stuff or connect to her on social media.
Please support the podcast by subscribing wherever you can and writing a review. So wait a minute. We don't ask for money. We just ask for people to write a review.
That's all we ask for. Or to find
to subscribe.
A friend. Yeah.
That's all?
That's all, Rita Wild.
Well, come on, everybody. Subscribe.
Send the link. Send the show to a friend. Find one friend that you think is a rock and roll lover that would love our podcast, and send the link to them and ask them to do the same thing. It's like, was it Herbal Essence? When the commercial in the 70s, like they told two friends and they told two friends and so on and so on. And like it keeps multiplying. And if we do this 8 times, I think we'll have 14 million listeners. Woo! Yeah. So that's all it takes. Anyway, follow us and comment on Instagram and Facebook. Share our posts like we said. Thank you, everybody, again, for your help and listening, and we hope you still love it. And keep on trucking, as the Grateful Dead would say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have a beautiful, beautiful day.
Enjoy your life, people. See y'all.
See y'all.